Alright, let's see. Brazilian Miku triggers progressive Twitter users. And I'm like, how? Like, I know. So going into this, I don't know anything about the situation except that some artists decided that they're not gonna draw Miku ever again, or that they just delete their socials. There have been at least like 2 or 3 that I've seen on my timeline. And all I know is that the trend is super adorable. So let's see what it's
what's up, guys?
what's about.
So I'm always looking for an excuse to talk about Hatsune Miku, and today I have just that because one of the biggest art trends right now involves this character, and it all began with this post right here. This is the ground zero of a very popular trend. It is simply captioned Brazilian Miku, and you can
like that. This is the picture that I have seen everyone quote retweet. It's like such a cute pic as well.
See, this post went absolutely crazy. This went viral. It has over
400,000
likes and over 200 million views. That is crazy. But this art right here in this post would inspire a lot of variants and memes, and also a lot of controversy that we'll get into in just a second. So let's see some examples from some international renditions of this character. You can see Irish Miku right here.
Irish Miku is so cute! I hadn't seen the Irish one. Oh my god, she's adorable. You know, trends like these make me so happy to see, like, people just putting in their, like, country stuff and, like, how they see stuff.
Right here. You can see Chinese Miku. You can also see Honduran.
Oh my god, I love this one! I love this one so much! We need a Romanian one? We do have one. We do have one. I showed it earlier. I'll show it again, though.
Miku, and, you know, born too late to explore the world, born too early to explore the stars, but born just in time for culture detail like this. Well done. Also, Finnish Miku.
I like the zoom in. Aww, Finnish Miku. Missed opportunity to have her in the sauna.
Miku here. We have Siberian.
Super Miku! Oh my god! That's 16-year-old Miku with alcohol. Oh man. Come on, that's just your typical teenager.
Doomer Miku. We're getting very specific now. Here is Danish Miku. I'm not European enough to understand what's going on here, but I'm sure it's very funny.
Wait, you need to be European to understand what's going on here? Really? Do people not, like, cheer on sports and stuff?
Funny. And here's one last example of the international ones. Here's French Miku.
Yeah, this one, the croissant Miku, I was like, oh my goodness. The detail that I love the most of this one, when I saw it, yeah, she is yelling at her team, drone. The detail that I loved on this one was the newspapers that are on the coat, like inside the coat on the lining. That is my favorite detail of this, personally.
But let's go back to the Brazilian Miku, some people making offshoots of that and some memes like this. However, this edgy joke wasn't something people were mad at. What inspired the most controversy was this post right here.
The fuck? Huh? Why? Because she's pale? Is it because she's too pale? Because she looks ghostly pale, like she stayed indoors, but like, really?
People would go absolutely crazy over this post. This would make people frothing at the mouth angry. So why? It's simply captioned Brazilian Miku. You can see this version is a paler-skinned, goth-looking version of Miku, and that makes sense because the artist makes goth girls, okay? And also you might notice in their bio, they are Brazilian. So here's the scenario. We have a Brazilian artist making a Brazilian character. What could possibly go wrong? All right, this is...
Yep, probably too pale. You can't be pale if you... How dare you be white? How dare you exist and be different than your fellow countrymen and women? Imagine thinking there are no white people in Brazil, man.
Twitter, and people are incredibly ignorant. So people like to say, always that one guy, damn, we can't have anything. And this is basically what these people are referring to. The art is good, but why is she white? Why are you white? Why is she so pale?
What is wrong? What is wrong with people, man? Jesus Christ. Like, everything goes wrong on Twitter. I know, right? This is so dumb. Like, the worst part is, if you go and look at the original Miku, right? Yeah. My bad that she wanted to like dress like the country without, you know, changing her skin. Sorry, let me quickly go out of my skin suit into another. Oh god. The original Miku has tan lines. No, how dare you? How dare you point that out? They don't know how sun and tan works. Yeah, probably. This is so sad, honestly.
Whose white baby is this? Because it's not Brazilian Miku.
Whose white baby is this? So if you're white and you live in Brazil, you were born in Brazil, you're already disqualified? What kind of logic is that? Do people hear themselves when they type that? Probably not.
You're just like insulting and dismissing people, like their nationality, because the skin color doesn't match. And then
you wonder why we have racism. People are like, I don't understand why we have racism. Oh, you're not white enough to fit in our group. You're not black enough to fit in our group. Oh no, your skin tone is 2 shades too light. What the heck is wrong with people? Like, let people be. Like, look at my own avatar. I'm pale AF because I wanted to portray being like, look at it, okay? Like, here, I'm pale AF because I wanted to portray vampire, right? But like, realistically, most people in my country are not gonna be this pale. Does that suddenly mean I don't belong in my own country, man? Yeah. You know, most of us vampires, we have to, like, put on a tan so that we fit in with the locals and everything. Are you sure? I'm positive.
Imagine the disrespect. 4,500 likes on the original post, basically telling this Brazilian artist that their own character is not Brazilian. Crazy. Here's more saying, has she never gone outside? Or this person saying, damn, what happened to her complexion, brah? Okay, let me help out these people because they seem to be a bit slow. This is the original artwork that inspired this trend. You don't need a magnifying glass to notice that she has tan lines because her...
Wait, people look at the tan lines? Nah, man. Nah, sorry. They look at the thighs and the booba, and that's it. It's just like, maybe the feet people are gonna notice the tan at the bottom, you know? Maybe.
Her skin is naturally more fair. And this is not something that's too surprising. I've had to...
How does a vampire get a tan? There are tanning machines and tanning creams.
See a lot of people, including Brazilians, come out to Twitter and say, hey, listen, guys, you don't understand how Brazilians work.
Why is she white? Only real Brazilians know why. You go in the winter, you're pale. In the summer, you're tanned, and then you just go back. You need to be Brazilian to understand how tanning works. Oh, man. I love this post so much. Yes, this sums it up. Imagine needing to explain to people how the sun works with the skin.
Because a lot of Brazilians not only have fair skin, a good portion identify as white. So there are going to be fair-skinned Brazilians and also Brazilians who get a tan. And that's what's going on here. It is incredible. You have to explain this to people on Twitter. And they're the ones saying this artwork is offensive. Meanwhile, they're basically claiming that if you're south of a certain parallel on the globe, you automatically have to have dark skin, which is the actually offensive thing. But
which is the actual offensive thing. I know, right? It's like, Jesus Christ, man. You don't belong in a country if you don't look like everyone else. If you're varied or whatever the heck idea you have. These people, like, this type of people should not be able to comment on a country unless they've been in that country and stayed there for like 2 weeks. You would get so much less idiots commenting on things. Like, no offense, but how about you go touch grass in that country? How about you go spend some time in a non-tourist area and see how it is?
They're the ones who think they're in the right. And also we have this right here saying, if Hoyoverse made Brazilian Miku...
Oh, wow, yes, of course. Bring in Hoyoverse.
By the way. Here's another one saying, are you ever just able to tell by the way people draw? 22,000 likes. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know
Huh? Huh? Like, huh? I have no idea what this one wants to say. What are you trying to imply, bro?
How anybody knows what you're talking about, but they would go on in the replies to say this. Brace yourselves.
Oh, God.
Haters in my comments defending this tweaker by saying they're goth and stuff. Well, I don't know if you found out yet. Goth people can be people of color without their whole body losing blood circulation.
Wow.
And that most deaf is not goth fashion. That's it. I'm muting this for real now. Search POC goth for a surprise.
Wow, man. The brain rot is real. The brain rot is real. Oh no. You cannot be goth unless you like respect the these particular rules. I am the fashion police and I dictate the way goth fashion works. And you are not a gothy. I'm sorry. Seriously. Like that is every time I read those type of comments, that's the voice I associate with them. I'm just like a whiny bitch. What is wrong with people, man? Twitter is something else for real. It's why I don't put a focus on Twitter, and it's why I don't spend time on it, because I tried to grow my Twitter. I found it impossible to grow it. And on top of that, every time I was spending like an hour just scrolling through Twitter, trying to like figure out like what people are doing, interacting, networking, blah, 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 I would get depressed. I would get depressed, man. Like, there is so much shit on Twitter. There are so many people that are hateful, spiteful, that are dramatic, black and white. Like, there is no in between. There's no situation. There's no like context. No, you can only be this. And if you stray, you're an outcast. And it's like, yeah, there is no nuance with them. There is none. Twitter's for art and art. I see what you did there.
So basically, a Brazilian artist who makes
My God.
goth characters makes a Brazilian goth character, and this person gets mad about it, and then people make fun of them for being mad about it, and then they respond by saying, well, look up people of color in goth. That'll show you. It's like, okay. Literally nobody's claiming otherwise. Like, yes, there are persons of color who are goth. Like, all right. The original artist never said that, so I don't know why you're tweaking out over this, but it's just a very bizarre situation where I think a lot of people are trying to get mad about this when in reality, the country in the center of this, Brazil, there are no Brazilians mad about this.
Honestly, like, this is goth though. Like, I'm looking at this Miku and it's goth. You have black lipstick, you have like black eyeliner, it's like really nice shadowing. It has a mostly darkish theme. The only thing that's not dark is just the Brazilian clothes, which you are allowed as a goth person to freaking wear something that isn't black. Goth can have color. I know it's shocking to some people. There's even like goth girlies that wear only white. Some people don't understand that. There's also pastel goth. Yeah, like goth can be so many things, man. And it can be just a state of mind and your own like being. And you can have nothing in your fashion that screams goth and you can still be goth. Like, it baffles me.
Couldn't see any Brazilians actually mad about this artwork, and yet you have so many people on Twitter trying to speak on their behalf. Very weird stuff, but very predictable. And while we're talking about controversy involving Hatsune Miku arts, when did Twitter decide collectively that sexualizing Hatsune Miku is totally fine and cool and no one has a problem with it? Which, by the way, there is no problem with it because it's a fictional character. Do whatever you want. Who cares? But for years, aunties have been canceling people.
What? People have been canceling people for making the let's call it tasteful art of Miku. Miku came out in 2007. Just saying. It's been what? 17 years? And they were not a baby when they came out as a character. Oh man, this like shocking. On top of the fact that it's a fucking fictional character, right? Not even from the perspective of aging, right? You can't comment about it anymore. Like, oh man, I don't get it, man. I don't get this whole. It's weird. She just looks too young. It's like, yeah, that goes into the whole debate that I don't want to get into right now. Of like people saying if you look like a lolly, you know, hands off. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry I look young. I am truly sorry that I look young. Yes. It is my fault that people still ask for my ID in real life too.
People over sexualizing.
It's sad. Harassing artists like this.
In fact, 8 months ago, I made a video about this situation where Ninja Muffin was getting canceled by this thread that got hundreds of thousands of views, which was literally accusing them of being a predator and having CP in their likes. And that CP in question turned out to be Hatsune Miku's feet. That's what was nearly ruining this guy's life.
Are you for real? Oh man. You know, that guy that called him out was so attracted to the way he drew the feet that he had to make a public standing saying it is immoral and horrible. Those must have been some very good feet.
With these allegations that came out. And now all of a sudden with this recent trend, there's all this sexualized art and people just don't seem to have an issue with it. And I guarantee some of the people who have canceled others over Miku art are now joining in and liking art that has to do with this whole trend that is sexualizing the character. Again, there's nothing wrong with this. It's a fictional character. Who cares? But the standards on Twitter, and especially among aunties, is very hypocritical when it comes.
It is very hypocritical. Like, how can you not differentiate between fiction and reality, man? Like, come on.
To this stuff. But anyways, let's go back to the original thread here. There's some other variations I want to look at, and of course, those are the American ones. So let's start with this one right here.
Florida! I didn't even have to look at what they posted. That's Florida. Oh my god. Oh, the swamp puppy.
Florida x Hatsune Miku. So this is very good art. You might be thinking to yourself, wow, she has some real superpowers here to be able to basically capture this alligator, which I reply by saying, no superhuman skills, just your average Floridian can do that. But also, there's some other cool art here.
Oh, this one I saw, the New Orleans one. She's so freaking pretty. I was so struck by it. I was like, oh my god. It might be my bias. I told people, if there's one place I want to go in the US, it's New Orleans.
For the New Orleans, Louisiana, Miku right here. Pretty cool art. There's also this one. This is one of my favorites right here. This is a biblically accurate Texas Miku, okay? You can see she has the cowboy hat. She looks like she's driving a truck. She's stuck in traffic. It's 105 degrees out. But most importantly, very, very fine detail that a lot of people overlook. Bucky's.
Oh, man.
Right here.
This
Bucky's.
is so good.
A couple years ago, I made my first trek to the temple of Bucky's. And I'll never forget that day. I'll never forget that brisket. It was amazing. It was life-changing. It changed my entire trajectory of my life right on the spot. Now I know that pretty much every single international viewer watching this has no idea what I'm talking about. I'm probably sure that 75% of Americans don't even know what I'm talking about with this whole tangent here, but just know Bucky's is supreme, okay? So here's the next one, North Carolina Hatsune Miku Charlotte version. And I will trust that this is a rendition of your average Miku from North Carolina, but I noticed the
I love the t-shirt on that one.
The cheer wine, very delicious, but also the Bojangles, which we'll also see in this variation with the South Carolina Miku. And you can see this quote here. Hey, Bo, y'all want to vape in the Walmart parking lot?
Oh my god, and she has Crocs.
Good art, by the way, that they're making a rendition of what is the average South Carolina woman. But there's something about this character trope that is, it's terrifying me. This woman terrifies me for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh my god! What is this?
But also, there is a lot of very far-reaching art here. We're going like prehistoric here. This art is saying Europe, 47 million years BC, Darwinius Masawe Miku. My God, I know I mispronounced some things there, but that's a very interesting take on here, and they would make even more. With,
oh my god!
Bacteria from 3.5 billion years ago. You can see we're going on a primordial level here. It's pretty impressive what people are coming up with for.
Would you still love her if she was a worm? Oh wait, bacteria. Oh, this is so amazing, man. I love this.
For this trend. And as always, I like a good art trend. I think this one is excellent. It's produced a lot of good art and also good
honestly
memes.
Yes.
And, you know, it reminds me of other popular art trends like the Bowsette and Boozette from a couple years ago. And I know a lot of people go, oh, Rev, come on, that was so Reddit, dude. And maybe it was a little corny at times, but like still, it produced a lot of good art and memes and it was just fun. And honestly, it's way better than current trends we have nowadays. Like, you know, do we want another Ohio Rizzler trend? Like, no, I'd rather have this Miku trend, produce really good stuff. And anytime there's a good art trend, I like to share with you guys so you can check it out for yourself. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below.
I was curious how it ended up starting. So many people kind of picked up on it. So many people picked up on it, and it was like, holy shit. Oh, don't wanna get into the next video just yet, you know? But yeah, when it comes to Miku, I'm so sad that some people are trying to cancel artists just because their worldview collides with someone else's. It's like, it's art, it's creative. People have the right to like envision things differently. One can see a stereotype in a certain way. Let people explore and have fun. Let people be different. It's like the same people that are bitching about it are the people that want things to be different, that wanna be different, that wanna be accepted for their difference, and yet they pull this shit. Some people just hate fun for real. I do not understand why you have to be so negative and to like ruin people over tan lines or the fact that, I don't know, it's too pale for your taste. Like maybe that Miku never went out of their house. What's wrong with a shut-in? Like stop shitting on people just because you don't get it. We were banned from X, so Brazilians carried the trend over to Blue Sky. It's been amazing with all the Twitter freaks so far. Honestly, Blue Sky has been really nice. Like, I have a Blue Sky as well. I followed my Brazilian friends and artists there just so like I can keep in touch with them. And I have to say, it's really nice so far. I don't know how long it's gonna be because if it gets big, I think people are just gonna come and ruin it again. But, you know, we shall see. Anyway, YouTube, thanks for watching this far if you made it. I appreciate you. And I'll see you for the next one.